Now, before we get into our practical labs where we are going to verify this behavior of HSRP and then we are going to connect some computer or router in the LAN for testing purpose, let us try to understand the differences between these three protocols. So these three protocols will do the same job, but there are some very few basic differences between them. Let us try to understand those differences. Now, HSRP is a Cisco proprietary protocol which works with only Cisco vendors, whereas VRRP is defined as a standard protocol. Means you can implement on any vendor device, Juniper routers, or it can be any vendor. And GLBP again, it is a Cisco proprietary. Now the other difference is there is no load balancing here. In case of HSRP, no load balancing, whereas GLBP is the only protocol which supports load balancing. Now what is the meaning of load balancing here is, load balancing concept is like, if you just try to see here in my diagram, by default I got two gateways here. Let's say this is router 1 is my primary gateway, router 2 is my secondary gateway. Now these users, they will be using any one gateway for forwarding the traffic, which means they will only use the primary gateway to forward the traffic. In case if the primary gateway fails, then only the secondary gateway will be used, which means the second gateway will be idle as long as your primary gateway is working fine. Okay, so even if you have three gateways, let's say, only one gateway can be the primary and the remaining two will be only backup. Means they will be only used in case if the primary gateway fails. So in case of HSRP and VRRP, in both the protocols, at a time only one gateway will be active, which means only one gateway will be forwarding the traffic. But whereas in case of GLBP, at a time all the gateways will be able to forward, like router 1, router 2, router 3, let's say three gateways. Now automatically it is going to forward the traffic from this gateway, also the second gateway, also the third gateway, which means maybe the first packet will be going from router 1, the next packets go from router 2, third packet will be going from router 3. Means equally it is going to distribute the traffic between all the gateways so that all the gateways will be used automatically. And in case if any one of the gateways fails, then the remaining two will take the load of the complete traffic. So that is something which is present in your GLBP protocol. And that's the reason we say GLBP is providing gateway load balancing protocol. That's the reason we call it as the gateway load balancing protocol. So these are one of the good feature in GLBP which is not present in the remaining two protocols. In the remaining two protocols, HSRP and VRRP, only one gateway will be active at a time. And these are the multicast address it uses for version 1 and version 2. It uses this multicast addresses for communication between the primary and secondary gateways. Just like EHRP adjacency establishes based on those multicast addresses. Similar way here also, the primary and secondary gateways, they know each other, they communicate each other based on these multicast addresses. So they both use different multicast addresses. So similar way, all these gateways, they use as UDP at the transport layer, and these are the different port numbers which they use when they are working. So especially when you are implementing any ACLs on that specific interface, remember these things. You have to ensure that if you are using HSRP, you have to ensure that you are permitting the traffic coming on port number 1985. You have to define a permit statement which is going to permit the traffic going on this. If you don't do that, in that case it is going to deny this HSRP messages, okay, or UDP or VRRP messages, or it can be GLBP messages. So it's one thing we need to keep in mind when you are working in case if you have ACLs on your interface. So it's more common, you'll find these things in my CCI labs where you have some ACLs working, where you are running into very complex topologies. So as of now, we really don't have those things here. And there is something called virtual MAC address. Now what is this virtual MAC address is, if you remember ARP resolution in our basic switching studies. So by default, let's take an example. This user is 192.168.1.1, or I can say some address. Let's say the user address in my LAN is using 10.1.1.10 is the IP address of my device, which is in my LAN, the computer, and the default gateway is 10.1.1.3, which means in the LAN there is something called ARP protocol, address resolution protocol. It is going to resolve the IP address to MAC address. So if you are sending the traffic to physical gateway, it will use this physical MAC address. If you are sending the traffic to physical gateway, it will use physical MAC address. But in our example, We are not using the physical IP, it is going to resolve to a virtual IP. So similar way, when you are communicating with a virtual IP address, automatically it's going to resolve to a virtual MAC address also. It is going to create a virtual MAC address also for the LAN resolution, and that is what this virtual MAC address here which I discussed here. So by default this address starts with this, and the last two numbers you can see XX will represent the group number. Generally we use some group numbers which we'll see in our labs. When you get into our labs you will get a more clear understanding. Suppose if I use group number of 10, this will be 0A, because you know the last 0A represent in hexadecimal we write 10 as A. Suppose if I use group number of 5, it will be 05 in the last. So these two XX will be replaced with 05. So this is the default addressing here. Now elections, again the elections by default they are preemptive. Elections means as we have two physical gateways, now we can make any one specific gateway as a primary and I can make the alternate gateway as secondary. Now this elections by default happens based on priority value. Okay, so the default priority value in HSRP is 100. Suppose if I want to make router 1 as my primary gateway, I can configure the priority value as 120 when compared with my secondary 100. So out of these two, whichever the router is having the highest priority, that router is going to become the primary, and the next one is going to become the secondary options. Okay, so similar way here also the priority value is checked, in case if both the devices have a common priority value which is default, let's say both the devices having the default priority value, in that case the IP address will be the tiebreaker. Okay, so IP address is going to break the tie. Whichever the device is having the highest IP, that device is going to become the primary, whereas the second highest will become the secondary. So that's what we call as elections, who will become the primary, who will become the secondary. Okay, and then the hello timers are slightly different when you compare with the others. Like HSRP uses the default hello will be sent for every 3 seconds, which means our two gateways, they will be communicating hello messages for every 3 seconds. And in case if this gateway goes down or this gateway goes down, automatically it will wait for 10 seconds of time, and if there is no hello for 10 seconds, it is going to understand that my primary is down. Now I have to take up the role of primary and I have to forward the traffic through my gateway. So similar way in case of VRRP, it is going to send hello for every 3 seconds, and the date time is just around 3+ seconds. It's going to use something called 3 into some timers, the skew timer typically we call as, and that skew timer will be calculated based on this formula, 256 minus priority divided by 256. So hardly it will add 1 second maybe to that, so it will be something around 3+ seconds. And similar way in GLBP, again the hello timer is 3 seconds and 10 seconds, but if you want we can even change these timers, not compulsory. I will show you the commands also to change these timers, and also I'll show you the changing the priority value also. So this preemption options I'll be discussing when I really get into the lab, okay, and when I come to the commands. Now here standby, active also roles also we need to understand. The next thing, standby means active router, nothing but one router can be primary and one will be secondary. Okay, which means there is only one primary router we can make. Here also one active router, and you can have more than one backup routers if you want, but not really required. Like in case of HSRP, if I have 3 routers, I can make one router as my primary router which will be forwarding the traffic, whereas remaining through will be as a backup. But here there's only one primary and one backup, that's it. But whereas in case of GLBP, we call them as AVG AVFs. So AVG is the one who is going to control the traffic, AVF are the one who are going to forward the traffic, which means I can have one AVG router which is going to control the gateway, and the remaining 5 AVFs, which means 5 gateways I can send at one time, which are going to forward the traffic. Up to 1024 virtual gateways we can create per physical interface. So these are the limits here. So now we are ready to start our lab here. So probably in our next video we'll be discussing, verifying how to implement this type of scenario where we'll take a multiple physical gateways and then we'll have a one common virtual gateway, and we'll verify these things practically.